So beginning our day, and today's the June 1st, and is the 28th anniversary of the establishing of Abhayagiri Monastery. And it's good to reflect on time passing, and the days and nights are relentlessly passing. How well am I spending my time? I think all in all we've done pretty good for 28 years. But it takes constant attention. A monastery shouldn't just survive, but should be laying the foundations for thriving. And that requires everybody to be a part of it. So the monastics, lay people, long-term guests, short-term guests, is to be able to have a certain goodwill towards the continuity of the monastery. And when we say monastery, it's not really the physical buildings. Of course, quite necessarily, you put a lot of attention onto the physical buildings. I mean, it was on beginning June 1st, 1996. There just weren't many physical buildings, and it made life pretty uncomfortable. When I got here a bit later, they had just completed a kuti for me to stay in. So that, but in those days, it was the first winter that we stayed, so that was, we're all sort of young, idealistic, didn't have a clue really. And both Ajahn Amaro and I are not Americans and not Californians, so our image of California comes from movies. I said, well, this is California, you don't need heaters. and that didn't last for very long. But so that attentiveness to the reality of needing physical buildings, it's like being able to gather today for a meditation day, just makes a big difference to have a proper hall to do it in, and to have a proper kitchen to host people. But all that said, what we call monastery is not the physical things, it's the people, it's the community. And so that having a community that is committed to freeing the heart from greed, hatred, delusion, that's what creates community. Having a community of people who are willing to live in a way that's generous, kind, attentive to the needs of not just themselves but each other. That's how a monastery is built. So it's just on a daily basis, a day-to-day basis. It's an ongoing practice, ongoing training, so that every day it's like, okay, beginning our day, okay, here we've got this opportunity to build a monastery, and have the opportunity to use our time as skillfully as possible.